better than every other time, I guess. So I guess we can start. Thank you all for coming, and welcome to My Little Pony cosplay panel, because My Little Pony cosplay, hell yeah, let's do it, everybody. Every pony, I'm sorry. Okay, before we start, I want to ask you something. Raise your hand, please, if you ever did cosplay or just create some part of costume or whole costume, then wear it to convention. I see Queen Crystal is there waving her head like, no, I've never done anything like that. Okay, I see there's plenty of you, I'm glad, and the rest of you, don't worry, this presentation is meant to be something like a starting point, so if you never did any costume or create anything, then I think I can give you the idea where to start, and I don't know, maybe you will become famous cosplayers one day. Also, I want to mention that I am extremely lucky to forget English words. Best words are the ones that are, well, here, see. I always forgot words that are somehow connected with cosplay, so if you will know what I mean, shout it, just shout it, feel free to shout anything at me. Okay, so, who am I? Because this is my first My Little Brony convention, so I guess you have never seen me, but I have been to many conventions already, many anime and game ones, and I have done a lot of cosplays, as you can see. In My Little Pony fandom, I am always Applejack, as you can see by the hat. Today I'm not wearing any costume, sorry for that. I was too tired to, I don't know, have a wig and everything. It's really tiring, and I guess that's about it. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about who am I, so you can judge what I'm saying with a clear mind. Yes, you're not robots, you're not supposed to repeat everything that I say. Feel free to correct me, or as I already said, shout at me if I don't remember a word. Okay, My Little Pony cosplay. Well, we have to start with the word cosplay. Cosplay, if you don't know, is a word created from two words, costume and play. Costume basically means costume. You create a costume or buy a costume and play, then you wear the costume and act like the character you are portraying. Basically, when you are a cosplayer, you bring your favorite characters to life, breathe a little life in them, give them some emotions so that other people can see them. It's really fun, it's really creative. It's my favorite hobby, to be honest. And here you can see some best Czech Republic cosplayers. And you can also notice that they are all cosplaying human characters. And you may think, okay, but how do I cosplay this? You know, it's pony, it's not a human. Don't worry, we will get to it. If you have been to cosplay contest yesterday, you have seen a lot of great costumes and also a lot of types of costumes that I will talk about. But before we get to them, why should you even cosplay? As I already mentioned, cosplay is so much fun, and it's not weird, don't worry. Just let's be honest here for a moment. We are, how to say, not old, we are, old is better. We are old people here, and we walk around with pink ponies, so why should cosplay be weird when we, I don't know, watch show which has ponies that are that look way more closer to cats than ponies, to be honest. But I let my words out way too much. Sorry for that. Okay, cosplay. Why should you cosplay? Creativity. It's all about creating. Well, okay, you can cosplay without creating your costume, but it's, especially in Czech Republic, it's really not that common, and people actually do not like it, but it's an option, and if you don't care about what other people say, well, feel free to do it. But if you will create your own costumes, then you will learn so much new stuff. You will learn so much new skills. For example, how to sew, how to do makeup, how to, I don't know, create armors, how to work with all tons of materials, depends on what costumes you are creating. Of course, in cosplay, because you are portraying some other character, you are not acting like real yourself. So, for example, for shy people, cosplay is a really great place where they can get out of their skin. I know a lot of shy people that cosplay like really extravagant characters, and when they are in cosplay, they are not shy, and they are really enjoying it, that they can, I don't know, don't feel shy. Of course, when you are a cosplayer, you are sort of advertising our fandom, yeah? Because it's logical when group of young girls see beautiful human in pony costume, they will, I don't know, they will want to take a photo with you. They will ask you what you are. It doesn't even have to be a group of young girls. It can be old boys. And they will take a photo with you. They will learn about My Little Pony, and maybe they will sometimes join our fandom. So why shouldn't you cosplay? Okay, cosplay has no rules. That is true in some sort of way. You are too fat for this character. What I mean by this is that hatred is in the fandom, especially in the anime cosplay fandom, if I say it that way, because, okay, let's be honest again, in My Little Pony, well, Brony fandom, there are not that many cosplayers, and in anime fandom, it's almost like purely made out of cosplayers. So, when a really like big, fat, I'm sorry for using that word, but when a fake girl is cosplaying 9-year-old girl that has like 30 kilograms with a bed, it's not a great idea to do it, and a lot of people will get mad about it, and even though they have like no reason to hate the cosplayer, they will do it because people. But don't worry about it, I have some thinking of this problem, and it's that if you are doing a cosplay just for yourself, then you don't have to care about what other people think. Yes, if you create costume, it can be so low cost, it can be so bad, but if it's just for you, if it's just for your fun, it doesn't matter. If people hate you, well, you don't have to care because you are doing it for yourself. Yeah, I hope you see what I mean. On the other hand, if you're doing cosplay for others, that means if you are if you want to become famous with cosplay, if you want to take part in competitions, or if you want to get beautiful photos and then sell them to everybody, well, then you are not doing cosplay for yourself, then you want feedback from people. And if you want feedback from people, you don't want bad feedback from people. So that is why when you do cosplay for others, you need to think critically about what character you're gonna pick to cosplay. And it's best if you have two friends, yes, two friends that can tell you like, yeah, this is good character, or no, this isn't good character. Because if you have one friend, you came to them and just say, hey, I found this character, it's so awesome, I love it so much, I would love to cosplay, I already see myself sewing this skirt, and the friend will think, yeah, she's like so in love with this character, I can hurt her and say her that it's not gonna look good. But when you have two people, it's, well, when you are two, it's way easier to say the truth that, like, yeah, this character is great, but I don't think it will suit you well, you don't have the body type or whatever else. Or you don't have the skill to create just like 1 kilometer tall armor. I'm sorry, this is your first cosplay. You can do like a whole armor. Whatever. And also, have some dignity, please. Yes, I'm sure if this woman or whatever it is asked its friend, they will tell her that no, this is not a good way to start or just go. I'm sorry, but this is purely horrifying. This is not nice in any way, and this is not cosplay. Just know. Okay, and so let's get to the point. If you want to cosplay My Little Pony, okay, so now we know just some basics. And how do I cosplay a pony? Okay, you have the most easier version is to create a sort of costume, yes, a closet costume. You just pick some clothes out of your closet that match the color or just the style of the pony, and padam, you are the pony. You can or cannot add a wig, lenses. That's the better start if you are really into it. But you also cannot if you want to do it just for yourself. A lot of cosplayers yesterday did this closet costume thing, and they were really nice. Just to be on the same page here, since I am from the anime community, if I say it that way, where cosplay is on a bigger level, higher level, I sort of have some standards for real cosplay, but do not get me wrong, this is cosplay. It may not be like directly from the quote what cosplay is, but this is cosplay. This girl here is portraying her Applejack in a way that she wants. She's just happy, and that is what cosplay is about. So, closet costume, the easiest one. Here I have Rarity, and the kind of harder version is Kimono, Kigurumi, or whatever else you can think about. These pictures are from Claire and Dashi. These girls are my great friends, and they will have a cosplay workshop right after my panel. It's 2 hours long, so if you want to learn more complicated stuff about cosplay, go there, because it's gonna be real great. They know a lot of cool stuff. I think they know more than I know, to be honest. And kimono or kigurumi, these are also great ways how to interpret ponies. They usually, yes, you need to know how to sew, of course, or you can buy one. That's the 2 options you have here. And it's also, I think it's more interesting than just the closet costume. Yes, the closet costumes are great, nice, but kimono, kigurumi, they are not that, how do I say it, usual. They are like, you get me. Okay, fursuits. These are like the most proper ways to cosplay ponies. I think people have different opinions about them. I think they're great. I have created some fursuits, but never pony, and I would be so scared to create a pony fursuit. But yes, these take a lot of work or a lot of money if you're buying them, and I will not get into how to create them, because that would be for a whole another presentation, maybe 2 presentations. But here's your option how you can create a pony costume. And then we have the real cosplay. Again, Claire and Dashi, and then me as an Applejack. You probably think that it's best to cosplay ponies from My Little Pony Equestria girls, but it's not the only option. You can also cosplay like real My Little Pony. Of course, you must do some changes to the dress, but it's pretty easy to convert it to human character. Here I have another example, yes, and I have another here. Okay, since this exists, since Nightmare Night exists, you can basically just take a chicken costume from whatever costume store and put a pink wig on yourself, and you are basically cosplaying Pinkie Pie in a Nightmare Night. So that's also a really easy way how to cosplay some pony. Yes, and what about non-pony characters? Right now there are tons of them, and they are, to be honest, totally awesome, yes. I haven't seen much cosplays of them, but they are just so awesome. You have plenty options to, I don't know, play with yourself, play with your costume, play with the character you're gonna do. Guess you get me. Okay, next part. You choose your costume, you choose the way you're gonna do it. Now you have to plan what you're gonna do, because it's so simple to look at a character, look at their costume, and just say, yes, that's gonna be great, I will make this, and it's gonna be perfect. But if you won't look properly at the costume, you may not even notice that, oh, she has some like really weird earrings, how should I do this? Oh, she has like this ribbon in her hair, how should I do it? I never noticed it before. It's really hard now that I see it clearly. So, take a real clear look at the character you want to cosplay and think about how much money you want to spend, how much time you want to spend, or somebody's waving. Oh, okay, not for me. Sorry. Think about how much time you want to spend or how much time you have left to create the costume. Yes, because it's a kind of secret rule that you find your character 2 months before convention and you say like, yes, this is so great, I'm gonna do it, I have tons of time, it's gonna be really detailed and great, and then you are 3 days before convention and you have your materials, but there's nothing more than the materials. Yes, yes. They rule. They are the rule. Also material, big part of the costume, of course. You need to know if you're gonna create armor, you need to know if you're gonna use EV foam or carton, whatever else. If you're going to sew something, you need to know what material you're gonna use. And also, as I already mentioned, you need to know what you're creating. So take a clear, critical look at the costume. Think about how you're gonna do this and that. Think about it when you are choosing a costume, because it's really easy to find great and glorious character, but then you may discover that you don't know how to do like half of it. So it's really sad when somebody doesn't finish their cosplay because they don't know how. And Cosplayer, I forgot to mention it. Here is Cosplayer is a great app on mobile or web page. Here is how it looks in mobile as an app, and here is how it looks in a web page. It's basically the same, as you can see, and you add your character here. Here you have some tiers, I would say. You can buy, you can add parts of the costume that you're gonna buy, that you're gonna create. Here you have to make. And you can also add how much money you spend on it and how much time you spend on creating that thing. Also, you can add percents, as you can see here, that you know that 3 days before con you are in 25% of the costume. It's really great to know that. And learning. Okay, we know what we need to do, but how do we do it? Yes, it happened to me so many times. I wasn't learning, and it's the biggest mistake, to be honest, because then you waste material, you waste your time, you waste, I don't know, your potential, I would say. How to learn? Well, you have on the internet, since you can all speak English, you are here at my English presentation, so you can just Google things up. It's the easiest way. Yes, on YouTube you have lots of tutorials. Also you can use blogs or ask some other cosplayers. Cosplayers are really nice, mostly from at least from Czech Republic. Cosplayers will always be like happy to help you. For example, if somebody writes me, how did I, for example, make this hat? I'm just so honored that they asked me for help, and the next 2 days I'm just helping them, to be honest. Or you can use photo tutorial. I have here one, for example, it's from Anime Cosplay, but I think, for example, these plates, you could use them, for example, for Rarity Cosplay, and Akuviru Cosplay, here nahoře, here, up here. You can see his name, and he does these photo tutorials. They are really great and funny. If you are reading them, if you can read it, it's kind of funny. And I don't know, you can just see the whole process of creating something in it. Can I move to another picture? I guess, yes?
I just have to mention something, because you mentioned
Mhm.
And another way to know which parts you want to do, you just have to look up other cosplayers in the same costume as you want plan to do. And one another useful app you can download on mobile is Cosplay Amino. Have you ever heard of Amino? Yes. So there's Cosplay Amino, and you can look up some work in progress stuff up here or finished cosplay. And I wanted just to mention that.
Yes, okay. That's great. I actually never heard of it, so thank you for that. And you also gave me an idea. If you're doing a cosplay, for example, Ariel, something that a lot of people already done, you can always just come to their page and check on their photos of progress and kind of follow what they did. Okay, I want to mention Kamui Cosplay. That's a girl who is already like living for cosplayer. Cosplay is her work today, so it's really great. And she does a lot of tutorial videos. They are really advanced, I would say. They will tell you all that you need to know, for example, how to work with foam and others. If you are from Czech Republic, we have a lot of cosplay Facebook parties, if I can say it that way. And you can always come to these and write, like, how do I create this? I'm not sure. But please don't write, like, where do you buy wigs question, because that question was there like a million times already, and people will not be nice to you if you write that question again. So it's better to use, to Google up, where do you buy wigs? And yes, that's all from this page. We have seen this already. Okay, where to buy wigs? This is actually Cosplay Paruky. It's shop only for Czech people. Oh, how unfortunate. You can find its booth at anime conventions, etc. And eBay, AliExpress, and just all of the rest are, you know, shops for whole world, I guess. eBay and AliExpress are the best places to buy a cheap wig, I would say. If you are looking a lot, scrolling a lot through the pages, and if you are choosing carefully, shopping carefully, then you might get a really nice wig for a really low price. But it also can happen that you buy cheap wig and you get a bad wig. Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, of course, these aren't the only shops where you can buy wigs. It's just the most known, I would say. eBay and AliExpress are the most known for cheap wigs, and then Wig is Fashion, Arda Wigs, and Roll Cosplay. I have no idea about, well, I know what Roll Cosplay is, but I never bought a wig there, so I don't know how much. I just looked at it, and I guess the wigs are cheap. Not as cheap as AliExpress, for example, but they are cheap for how good they are, I guess. Then we have Wig is Fashion or Arda Wigs, where you can buy really quality, great wigs, but you will have to pay for it, of course. Or, for example, Arda Wigs is located in America only, so if you are from Czech Republic, you will have to pay the extra poštovné, shipping, thank you. Or you can also ask, oh, I didn't translate this, never mind. You can also always ask other cosplayers where did they buy their wigs. Yes, I have, for example, Lena or Germia here, that's our two Czech cosplayers who, I don't know, buy a lot of wigs, so that's about it. And when we have our wig, we need to know a little bit. I'm not going too deep into these like informations. If you want more, go to Claire and Dashi cosplay workshop right after my panel. Don't forget, it's gonna be really great. I'm so looking forward to it. But how does wig work? If you turn wig sideways, you can see it has these like lines in it. That's because wigs work basically, you have like line of hair and you sew them into the wig cap so you have tons of lines, and when you turn it around, you have normal hair. It kind of works like our hair, but we don't have like clear lines. I guess you can imagine that. Cutting, I don't know if I should even talk about it. You can basically write how to cut a wig into YouTube, and you will find great videos there. I know the first or second video that will come up is really good, and you will see all the styles of cutting a wig. But it's really basic if I use my hair, but without the wire, please. What I'm gonna say, I guess the only thing is that the volume of your hair is not the same everywhere, yes? So when you're cutting a wig, you don't want to do straight cut, because as you can see, we don't have like straight cuts here. It doesn't look like this, it looks like this. It's, I don't know, you see it, I hope. And also the volume here at the top and volume here at the bottom is not the same. So when you're cutting a wig, find a YouTube video that will help you, and think about that the wig has to look like not native, natural. Of course, that is when you are doing better cosplay. You can just order a wig and put it on your head. That's totally okay. But if you want to have some better cosplay, you have to care about the details, because God is in a detail, if I can say it that way. Okay, styling. Got to be glued freezer is really favorite product, I would say. In Czech Republic, everybody recommends it, but I don't think it's the only product you can use for styling a wig. But I would always use spray for styling a wig. Never use the gel, because gel is just, you can see that something is covered in a gel. While when you're using a spray, you just, put a little bit on the hair and then dry it with hot air from hair dryer, and it will stay that way. It will be nice and clear. You don't have to use that much of hairspray, and it can stay. I can show you later when there will be photos of my Applejack wig that I have. I will show you. Let's finish it with that, yes?
If you put the hair gel at the tips, then it's not that horrible. So I did it on my wig, and it didn't look horrible. I just secured the ends, and the rest was made with the spray. So
yes, I think I know what you mean.
it can work.
Yes,
If
of
you
course.
put it all over your wig, then it's gonna look glossy and green.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course, you're right, but I think that we don't need to talk about it. This is like real basic info, but she's right. Don't worry about it, everybody else. And untangling after convention, you have to take care of your wig. So that's basically it. It's your thing, you have to take care of it. And wigs, it's just little tons of hairs, so it will get really tangled if you use it. If you, for example, have backpack, then it will get extra tangled. Or if you have curly hair, just like Pinky here, then you, can't tangle it because it's just wavy. And best for that is a tangle teaser. You can see it here. It will look that you take out so much hair, but it's actually way better and way less hair than if you use normal hairbrush. And always untangle your wig from the bottom. You start at the bottom and then proceed up. Okay, lenses. This is more like shops for Czech people. I'm sorry, this was originally a presentation only for Czech people. I just added the My Little Pony theme and something for that. So if you are from Czech Republic, you can, take a photo of it. If you don't know these pages, they are really well known. I have my experience with Top Crazy. Actually, all my lenses that I had were from Top Crazy. The only thing I can say, the more water the lenses have in them, then they are more comfortable. Because, they are lenses, they will cover your eye, and your eye then can't breathe if it's if the lenses aren't, I don't know, letting the air through. Okay, lens maintenance. It's really easy to forget about, to be honest. You have to change solution each week. Solution is like the weird water that lenses are kept in. They are kept in cases. You have to change cases each 3 months, but to be honest, when I had lenses, I never changed the cases. But you should do it, so do it, and the solution, change it each week. Lenses should not be lent to other people because, you know, it's your eye. It's like you put your eye into another eye, kinda. It's weird, and it can damage your eye also. It's lenses, it's eyes, so be really careful about everything you do. Clear or beware of your surroundings. For example, I know one story that cosplayer pair, the boyfriend was at one part of the room, he was spraying his armor with some spray. The girlfriend was on the other end of the room, I don't know, she was just somewhere there. She was putting on her lenses and the spray got onto the lenses. So when she put them out, she actually damaged her eye, and that's a real problem. You know, it's your eyes, you need to see, so be careful about your surroundings and about lenses. Just clear hands, that's just basic, I would say. And sclera lenses are lenses that cover not only the colorful part of your eye, but even the white part. So basically you have clearly dark eyes, yes. And they are not healthy because they cover, because they cover your eyes and your eyes can't breathe then. So you should wear them just for a few hours, not all day. Also, never sleep in lenses. Sclera, basic, never sleep in them. It can also be really dangerous. Oh, and photo shoot, what is that? I just want to look how much time we got. Oh, we're pretty well on time, I guess. I think we will even have a time for questions. That would be great. We will see. Okay, photo shoot, it's just some cherry on top for you. I wrote like types of photo shoot that you can get. First is mama service. Yay! When you're on a convention, you have a costume. Also, this is my Applejack costume, not used today. As you can see, it's the closet costume. So I started there as well. And okay, when you are at convention, it doesn't exactly have to be your mother, or your friend can also take a photo of you, but it's risky. Yes, you can be satisfied with it, but if you want to get, I don't know, famous, these are not the photos that you want to use. For example, this picture was taken by my mom, and I love the fact that she didn't mind the car in the background. So that's about that. The next thing you can do is con photographers. Okay, you can have really great photos from them if you get them. That's the tricky part, because you know they are con photographers. They are running around all day, photographing all day, and then they post the 5,000 pictures, and you have to scroll through them all to find one picture of yourself. So that's, I would say, the con of it, but sorry again. But you can also, if you find these photos, they can be really pretty. Of course, they have no editing mostly, because con photographers are just like, so that's about it. Con photo booth is kind of same, but it's better in a way that you don't have no cars in your background. It's just the background you want, and con photo booth is at one place. You can always find it. I don't know if they are at Brony cons. Well, I know that here is none. I don't know about other cons, but at anime cons they are almost always, and you can get really nice pictures with them, and it's really glad if you are a friend with the photographer who is taking the pictures, because then they will, you know, put you before other people. It sounds kind of bad, but I don't know, I guess it's just the truth. For fun photographers, they are really nice. They will go out with you, they will take a lot of photos of you, they will look really nice, but then they stop talking to you, and you will never get the photos. Well, that's of course the bad thing. Doesn't happen every time. But for example, this photo, I traveled so far to have photo shoot with this guy. Then he sent me the pictures. I was like, oh, they're so great. I will send you. He sent me like 100 pictures. All of them were basically the same. I sent him 5 or 6 back, like, yes, I would like to edit this, please. They are great, I love your work. And then nothing. So I have just like this, yes, it's pretty, but I would like to edit it somehow, and I cannot edit, so that's the bad part about me, I guess. So you can get really great pictures, even for free, because the photographers are doing it just for fun or just to be better. But there is also the danger of not getting your photos or for getting bad photos, or as you can see here. Anyway, paid photo shoots. Here you have the best chance to actually get the photos, to actually have great photos. Of course, they are paid. That's the con. And photographers usually take a lot of money for their work. I'm not saying it's bad. They do great work, but it's just money. So, you know, students can't afford it. Tips and tricks for photo shoot. Don't be shy, because when you are shooting, it's really important to be your character. And I know that it's kind of weird to like meet this guy. Hello, we've never seen each other, but let me just pose here like, so it can be really weird. But don't be afraid. It's really good to meet the photographer somewhere else than the place you're gonna shoot, and then travel together. You can meet each other a little bit, not feel too shy or worried before them. Also, it's really great and it's really important to prepare your poses or ideas what to shoot before you actually are on the shooting, because it's actually not good. It's kind of horrible for some photographers. They will hate you when you come to shooting and you're like, hey, so what should I do? You know, the photographer doesn't know your character. You know your character, so you should be the one who knows how to pose. You should be the one who knows how to use your surrounding. Oh, I can see you. How to use your surroundings, because just basically use everything you can for the photo to make it a great photo. Props are a great advantage. Using your surrounding is also a great advantage. Knowing your character is like the basic stuff if you want to take great photos. And it's great and really important, I would say, but it's more like great to have at least one helper. That means one person who is like with you, stands by the side, because yes, you're posing all great. Photographer is preparing his photobomb, and you don't notice the hair you have on your face. Photographer doesn't notice the hair because he's too attached to his camera. And the one helper there can like say, hey, stop for a minute, I need to clear her face so it looks better. It's just another option or like opinion on the photo. So, you know, in Czech there is a saying that the more heads you have, the more you know, if you can say it like that. So that's basically it, I guess. Here I have some of my photos. You can see animals. Animals are also perfect. Animals will live up any kind of photo. Just they are beautiful and great. And I think you can see that each of these 3 photos has a different like mood around it. So you can try to do that. Yes, of course you need to find good photographer who can do such things, and you need to also give some time into preparing your photo shoot, into preparing what you're gonna shoot. I have other examples here. Here you can see 3 costumes of Applejack. It's basically the same character, but still each photo has like slightly different mood. So when you are your photos can have really different moods about it, and that's the great part. It's cosplay. You are giving life to a character. You can do whatever you like, so give it as much life as you can. Create different moods or different sets. And that's all. I don't know how we're on the time, but I can get back. Oh, we have a lot of time. Okay, so I will get back to the wig. As I said earlier, here you can see my second try for Applejack wig. I did it with glue. That's not the best option. I basically created a sheet from mousse gummy and then glued hair onto it. It looked good. It started to fall apart after, I guess, 1 year. But now I use just a hairspray with the hair dryer, and it works, I think, even better. It does look more like natural, so that's about it. And I guess that's all I can talk about. So do you have any questions? Ask anything, if you want. And if not, then go to Claire and Dashi cosplay workshop, because that will be more cosplay, like really creating the costume. Wait for it, somebody is asking. Thank you, but somebody wants to ask that question.
Okay, I would like to ask, when you are a talent in technical like me, and you don't do cosplay for a living, if you just want to have a fun at the convention or something, is it frowned upon when you order clothes or something from people, or is it normal? I mean, does more people create their own costumes, or does big part of the people order specific clothes?
Mm-hmm.
Because, for example, take, I don't know, do you yourself know My Little Pony well or not?
Yes, I do. I'm a big fan.
You know Snowfall Frost character from
Yes,
cartoon?
yeah.
Yeah. So if you want a good cosplay of this, you probably need a real tailored suit, you know? So it's not really realistic to create something like this yourself, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So is it a good idea to order things from someone, or is it frowned upon?
Yes, well, it depends in which community and I would say country you are. In Czech Republic, in an anime community, people will not like you for it. But that's, that's their problem. You are doing it for yourself, so feel free to do anything you want. But I would say everywhere in Brony community, people would be totally okay with that. Also in America, for example, people are also totally okay with other people buying costumes. Usually it happens that somebody gets like famous with costume, and then they simply don't have time to make new, so they just buy and people follow them still because they like them. But here in Czech Republic, it's not really welcome, to be honest. I don't have a problem with it, for example, but it's true that I find it more like when you create the costume yourself, it's more magical for me, I would say. Anybody else? We can get to more basic parts. Ooh, the start. Okay, I can. Okay, whatever. Let's just end, I guess.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much for the presentation and for enlightening us on the cosplay craftsmanship as well as maintenance. Thank you so much. Cheers.
I thank you.